the pesticide loads we detected during my first study season was the primary reason for listing the species as endangered. So the secondary reason were the historical declines in the United States. The primary was the risk of pesticide-induced population crashes. The big concern was that DDT, or its metabolite DDE, messes with calcium metabolism. And by doing that, birds lay thin-shelled eggs, or at an extreme, shellless eggs, so their productivity drops. And if that process continues enough, then a population that's experiencing that level of pesticide contamination will no longer be sustainable and finally decline to extinction. And the initial work that I was involved in involved collected eggshells of bat falcons and Aplomados, mostly those collected by oologists, the people that used to collect eggs as a hobby in the 1950s and 1960s. And then the bat falcon levels were just unbelievable, and their eggshells were incredibly thin. Aplomados a little bit less so. But then I contribute eggshell fragments and some addle eggs that we collected in my first field season to make it a little bit more current. And but yeah, there are other concerns about the influence of organochlorine pesticides on behavior, on reproductive behavior. Like when the peregrines were declining in the Northeast due to pesticide contamination, they had observed like the female peregrines eating their eggs, doing kind of aberrant things like that, or embryo mortality. But the big concern is the shell thinning effect. And not much concern in those days about organochlorines as an estrogen mimic. That came along later. Since that time, there have been other concerns that have popped up, and they're fire retardants that are persistent and biomagnify through ecosystems. Oh gosh, all the array of these awful second-level rodenticides that are all anticoagulants that are persistent, that have been killing so many birds of prey in urban areas and rural areas. And then secondary land contamination, all these things that are persistent in the environment, but also very toxic. And any upper trophic level predator is going to be influenced by those sooner or later. Yeah, my big concern right now are the rodenticides that are so available at Home Depots and feed stores, and have been implicated already. And I think New York is one area where they've done some amazing, but really discouraging studies at hawk and owl mortality created by biomagnification of these poisons.